Welcome to Story Ideas on the Fly, where we pick a random idea from the hat and develop it into a workable story.
Is this serious? It says top hats of death. This had to be you, Joseph. This had to be you. Okay, do we take this seriously or do we?
Yes,
No.
we take it seriously. We are taking this.
Did that Meet the Robinsons? No, those were
point,
bowler
Bennett.
hats.
Those are bowler hats of
Okay,
death.
we're good.
Okay, we're
Okay,
fine.
so if we want, so instead of
Oh,
making
gosh,
it so
now
this
you're
is a
gonna tickle
sci-fi,
me.
now we just need to make it so that it's a fantasy, so we don't copy Meet the Robinsons.
There you
Easy.
go.
I don't want to copy Meet the Robinsons anyway.
Exactly. So we
top
do
steampunk might be a good
Steampunk
place
actually, I
to-
think, works well because steampunk
Top
top
hats.
hats.
It would be very popular in
Yeah. A lot of people.
Also, the top hats are something that somebody, one of these inventors could have created, to do some
Something
spying as
bad
far as
with.
I'm walking into this place and I'm actually collecting information, something like this.
Now, is it the top hats itself that are coming to destroy us all, or is it an organization where they all wear top hats?
It could be either.
I
Where
like
they
the
come kill
idea
us.
of taking it literally and going, it is actually the top hats.
No, the top hats
are
kill
a weapon.
people. That's the important thing.
Ah.
The
Yes.
top hats of death. So the top hats have to be able to kill people.
So the
Question
organization.
are these top hats killing people by poisoning them because you poison the rim of the top hat or something? Are they doing it by stabbing them because there's mechanics in it that allow it to
I
stab
think-
people? Or is it these top hats can be used as deadly weapons?
I think I like the last one. I think that the top hats are a symbol of this organization. I'd put this one on, but then all the things in it would fall out.
There's several solutions.
No,
to
it's
that.
okay. It's okay. I don't need to wear the top hat. I'll look
Yes,
funny.
We do need to wear
Okay,
hats.
I don't need hat here. Go ahead. Okay, so anyway, but you put the top hat, so the people take it, they put the top hat on. Yeah, it's kind of just a symbol. But you could make something in the top hat so there was actually, if it wasn't steampunk, I would say a laser or
No, you could totally, you totally can put steampunk devices inside top hats. It happens all the time.
to kill other
I mean,
people.
people usually they have steampunk gears on their hats anyway. It's mostly aesthetic, but you could totally make those practical.
Right, and so there's something where it probably
Have a
wouldn't
kill
be
switch.
laser, but yeah, have a kill switch on it where.
No, what you do is you sell top hats to people, and because they're a big fashion trend, and everyone wants a top hat in the steampunk world, and then you have something inside the top hat, some kind of technology, something that when
It could be on a timer.
It could be something where you've got. I mean, it's a little
Or something
advanced
that
for
meets a
Steve.
certain condition, and then it.
Okay, something that
Kills
that
the
me that a little advanced for steampunk, but hey, we can go a little non-traditional, a little more computerized type of thing where you've got they're selling these top hats to people because the top hats, it's a way of breaking into other organizations, way of spying. The top hats are somehow spying and sending the information back to them. And
Film's
then-
a thing in steampunk.
And now that you would have to have some things inside the top hat, but you have to do some cool little things, that people think, oh, this is what all that those gears are for. It's to do these cool things. It's to light up. It's
so
to
it has some cool
play
features on
music,
it, so
it's
people
to-
wear it because it's the latest, coolest,
But not only
cell
but
phone
they
in a
can
hat.
look into they can look into other organizations. They can look into people's home and see what do we want to steal. There's a lot of applications of this. And you could they could also put in some sort of kill switch if they wanted to.
Yeah.
To eliminate people,
To eliminate
or their
people,
own,
or
if
put a kill switch
Well,
into their
what
home.
the thing
if a spy
is,
gets compromised.
so with the way steampunk technology works,
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of having the hat have some feature that it's supposed to do, because that way you have a way to power these hats. Because if it's completely secret and the users don't know about it, steampunk worlds don't have batteries.
Right.
But if there's some kind of gear you have to wind up to make it work, or you could just attach it to one of your steam generators to have it wind up automatically.
Right. And then you wear it and then you go recharge it. But it does something cool that they like,
Yeah.
Because you can
which
wind
is why
something
it's so
up in there.
fashionable.
So, yeah. And
All
it's really easy
leaders
to
and
keep
important people
just
are
a
wearing
small
it.
basically bullet, stick it in there, compress air or compress something, and something to keep it from firing, and then you just move that out of the way, and bang, you shoot whoever is wearing it. It also has a kill switch.
Or you could shoot
Mhm.
other people with your own. Okay,
A lot
I
of
like
cool
having a
features.
kill switch
Who
that they can
A lot of
is
cool features
Yeah, I
we
like
can
the
put
idea
in
of the kill
it.
switch.
who is this organization?
And what are they after?
Are they a crime ring? Are they a spy ring?
Okay, they
Um,
obviously have the ability to make these top hats, so they're not.
So obviously there's some mechanics in there, and obviously they're in the fashion industry.
Okay.
And
yeah, but the
obviously they're
fashion
out for
industry
power,
can
but
be
what do
their
they want to do
cover.
with that
This is their
power?
thing
Yeah.
that they're doing too.
Saying
Yeah,
those
so
are
what I'm
pieces
saying is
we know
the
about.
goal is probably not basic money because they already have that covered with the hats. So it's probably something bigger.
Yes.
Mhm.
Probably some kind of either a political
World domination
takeover.
or
Or we
revenge.
could go with some
I
kind
think
of
the revenge method.
I mean, you could go either way, or you could do both.
Or it could be a group of people who all have slightly different motivations for it.
Well, it could
And
be
you
a
could say
group
something
of
like the
people.
group itself is looking specifically for overthrowing the current government because they think that they could do a better job. But then there are a lot of them who are also specifically looking for
Or to
revenge
take
kind of
out, yeah,
things.
or to
Yeah,
take out
For
their
personal
enemies
revenge.
Well, you
and
could
stuff.
have some ideology, because sometimes you get people
Ideology works
where
well.
they're going, okay, there was, when I was young, there was this big zero population move, and zero population.
Zero population? Like, get rid of all of humanity? That's
Yeah,
a
Jim's
terrible
right.
Pretty
idea.
Yeah.
much, it
Okay.
actually was called zero population, and the idea was we need to reduce the population, because otherwise, by the time we got to this point in our future, everyone was supposed to be dead.
Hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, there's
So you
there's
can
always
get
some
somebody.
kind of
There's always
movement.
some kind of movement where, if you don't do it this way, some horrible catastrophic thing. So we think we're so great because we're trying to kill everybody off so that they
We're
won't.
gonna fix.
They
Yeah,
won't
you
die
can have
later.
a very warped and twisted
You could have,
ideology.
yeah, some an
and make it
ideology
sound
based
good
around one
and
thing.
gain
You could have an
followers.
ideology based around the interaction between humans and technology as it's progressing, because
Something like a transhumanist kind of thing?
less transhumanist, but also kind of, yes.
Okay.
Just since steampunk technology is so big, basically, if you were to if you were to try to the transitional stage between steampunk and cyberpunk would be really weird because trying to incorporate steampunk type things like with on individual scales like personal mech suits would make everything bigger, and if you went with that theory and pushed to its logical extreme and gave every single human on the earth a mech suit, there would not be enough space to physically hold most of those mech suits.
Good point.
So they could be a progressive. We need to improve humanity, make technology available to
eliminating them?
everyone. But there's not enough space for giant technology for everyone.
So
So
they're
you need to
trying to
eliminate
We also
them.
need to eliminate most of them.
Or
They're
they
trying
could.
to eliminate at least part of humanity so that humanity can thrive.
Yeah.
Right. Or they
That
could
makes
just
sense.
sure think, all these people, the technology is the future, and people that understand technology, that's the future, and we need to weed out these people that don't, because
Mhm.
they're going to hold humanity back with their lack of intelligence. Because everyone always, we are more intelligent than the other people. You should do things our way.
All right, so I think
Okay.
we've got a fairly good grasp on our villains. So who's
Who's
our
a
hero?
hero? That's
our
a good
hero?
question. We
could
have
be
our top
someone-
hats of death.
They should be fashion designers.
Our
That is
hero
an
could
option.
be someone competing with the bad guys, or he could be someone who initially,
Right? We could go with the
Finds his-
classic detective.
yeah, he could be
Hmm.
in the organization as or join it accidentally as a fashion
I
designer.
like the fashion designer idea because you don't see that very
Yeah, you
often
haven't
as
done
main
that
character.
before.
Okay.
I have not seen the fashion designer as a hero.
hero?
in
But
a-
yeah, you
You're
have
welcome.
him start the
in a
story
steampunk.
being basically shown these hats and basically trying to adapt fashion around them because they're the newest greatest thing, and so obviously fashion's going to
Okay,
go.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's something. Sorry to interrupt you, but you've got this kind of fashion designer. He's very wealthy. He's very, does very well for himself,
Mhm.
and people just think he's kind of this very stereotypical fashion designer. A lot of that is a front because he is somebody who likes to go through and try to help, kind of a Scarlet Pimpernel type of character. And so he's seeing what's going on and he's going, I am going, I don't know if you'd call him an official detective, but kind of an unofficial one. I'm
Okay.
going to go through and I am going to do this
So
stuff.
Batman, but more steampunk.
Man, why are so many stories about vigilantes?
Because
Because
they're
they make
cool.
well, they're not
Okay,
in
I
real
guess
life,
Okay,
but
true,
in
but
in stories because they're really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I guess it's
well,
fair.
he
You
doesn't
know.
have to be a total Batman.
And
He
yeah,
can
it
be
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have to
kind
didn't
of
go
say
a
Batman. I was
vigilante.
saying more Scarlet Pimpernel. You
okay,
know?
but he's helping people out
Okay.
in secret.
So
and-
yeah,
Right.
I
And
do
you
think
can
it does make sense for him to get into this thing after he's going, oh, hey, these hats are the new fashion trend, so I should design my
Yeah,
fashion
but I
around it.
imagine
And
since
then
he's a
he looks
fashion
through it and he
designer,
goes,
he's going to
why was there a
Mhm.
bullet in this hat?
exactly, and so he goes in a lot more depth than
right.
most people would. And so instead of just looking at the hat, he actually takes one apart and he realizes, hey,
These things have
there's a
pulses.
film roll here.
Oh.
Wait a second,
There's a bullet in
there's a
here.
bullet in here. And
Yeah.
if you activate the hat by this way, which can technically be done remotely, if you just focus light rays through this crystal, that's this decorative crystal here, that would it would cut the string, which would
Yeah,
actually
it's a kill
activate
switch.
that.
Good.
Yeah, you see, but then
Huh.
everyone just thinks he's this fashion designer, but he's this really smart mechanical guy who is
Mhm.
going to, try to solve these things in the background.
So when he first figures this out, does he try to fight them with fashion by making a
Yes.
Oh, that's
Okay.
could
He
be
got,
fun.
he tries.
Something
He
that's
basically
not-
tries to make a counter hat that is
The new
just
and
as
improved.
cool.
Okay,
top
know,
hats.
when you get top hats of death, you
You end
really
up with some
expect
really
this to
interesting,
go,
ideas.
yeah, to go with zany
All
things
right.
like this. Okay, I know I'm
Hey,
Lead
that's
the girl,
makes it
lead
fun.
the
The
girl.
new and improved multi-tool top hats.
Mhm.
Buy now, and you will be even more fashionable.
I don't think a multi-tool top hat would be what people would want. They'd want one that looked cool. So you'd want it to do things like have little jets of steam coming out of it, or and sparks, or maybe
I
something
don't
that
know,
did
but
some
he's gonna come up
refracted
with
light.
something to try
Steam
and
powered top hat.
Hey, if you don't like if you don't want him to be a vigilante, he could be working with somebody in the police force or whatever they call their police force. He could be working with somebody.
Please.
They do okay.
Mhm.
So that he could be working. He could have a friend who is an agent on the police force,
and be bringing
and he's he
Helping
helps
them.
his friends all the time,
the friends.
and his friend gets all the credit.
No,
I
I
like
think
it
what
when
you
he
can
does
do
it every
do
day.
it
I don't
do
think we
it.
need him to be.
Don't actually make him a vigilante. I think a better option, if you don't want him to be like against the law vigilante, bring the scale down. Have it be so that he's not going out and fighting crime or something. This guy's just a fashion designer, and he has some technical know-how, but he's a fashion designer. He's not going to be doing punch outs.
No.
But have him do things like he will
He tips off the police on
he'll tip off the
or
police on
helps
things,
them.
but it's like, oh, that person, they recently had their house burned down, and so he just sneaks over and gives them something to help them with that or something. More minor things where he's
Get
just
some
going around
pocket
helping
watch
people.
that can be sold for enough money that they could buy a new
Yeah.
house.
At the same time, as the stakes rise,
He's gonna have to
going
get more
grow in.
involved.
Right, he's not this great. As the stakes rise, he's going
He's
to
not Batman.
right.
Yeah,
no,
he's not Batman, but he's
as
still-
the stakes rise, he's going to have to grow up to be more of this hero.
But
and
yeah,
say,
have
okay,
him
I've
start out
got-
having a
right,
bit of that
just
hero,
little.
but have it be a very minor case where
Yeah.
he has some skills
Mhm.
sneaking around, but mostly he's breaking into friendly people's houses to leave them stuff. He's not actually
Yeah,
he's
you
not
could actually have
sneaking into anything highly secure.
you could actually have something where like when we were little and my parents would go away, we would go clean the kitchen or something and leave a little the brownies did it, And
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
he could
Have
do
him do
things
something
like
like
this,
that.
where okay, yeah, somebody, his house
Needs a
burns
little
down
help.
and he leaves some things they can sell to help him, and has a little brownie symbol, and then this hero that not brownie obviously, but you
Also
get
the
the idea.
shoemaker.
No, but it's like
Oh,
he
yeah.
becomes more
Yeah.
and more.
He is the
So
elf and the
almost
shoemaker.
then you get almost the Zorro type of symbol for him. There's a recognizable symbol of this guy as he becomes more and more of a hero, and the
Yeah.
stakes rise.
I like
Okay.
him working with the police force.
I do too. I like him having a friend
Maybe
on the
even if
police
there's,
force.
I think he should have a friend on the police force and maybe a pretty girl on the police force that he
No, I
likes to
think
say hi to.
I think
or...
the pretty girl should help him with the fashion.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
He's a
Obviously.
fashion designer first and foremost, so
She could be a fashion
could be
designer. She could be one of the models.
She
Seamstress.
should be his
See,
model.
Model.
I like
I
it
definitely
being
like the
Seamstress and
model.
model.
Okay, the
She could be
guys have
both.
spoken.
Seamstress
Okay.
and model. That's what she does. She
Still
does a
more
lot of
'cause
the
you wanted a
actual
girl.
sewing,
No.
and she models his female
Yeah, I like
fashion.
sewing.
Hey,
Yeah, good stuff.
if you're a fashion designer, you need a model.
That's right.
Now that doesn't mean she does just a model.
Right.
No,
In
she
fact,
can do
also
design
sews
and she can
helps
sew
him
and
out
she
and
can
gives
well,
him
also we
ideas
could
and-
make her also be very much in with him with his secret double life type thing, where she also enjoys sneaking
Well,
around and
especially
helping
as you
people.
need more information, she would probably be very good at grabbing information from people because,
Yeah, probably.
a sweet, pretty little girl
Right.
Yeah.
You trust him. All right.
is easy
So I honestly thought when we pulled that we were going to go, okay, this is a joke, kind of like Nazi dolphins. But hey, we got
We
it.
do Nazi dolphins eventually.
All right.
Not today.
Yes.
Not
Yay,
today.
Nazi dolphins.
All right. On that note, why don't we wrap this up? This could be. Who wants to write this one? I'm starting.
Hold
to
on,
do
I'm
it.
still
I don't
trying
know
to
enough
figure out
about
how to do gay
fashion.
Nazi dolphins.
Okay.
I don't know enough about
Yeah,
fashion.
this
to really
one's
write
yours.
this.
Oh, it's
This
mine.
one's
Okay.
yours. Remember that story you wrote with the fashion designer in it that had the power? That was years ago. Anyway,
That would be fun.
but fashion.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do
this
like
one's yours.
fashion.
This one's
Okay.
yours.
All right. Well,
All right.
Unless one of you wants to write
yeah.
it
Throw in
first.
any comments you have or any
And
more
any
ideas.
ideas
and
for our hat? We'd hate for it to get empty.
Maybe one that's slightly better than Top Hats of Death.
All right. See you
See you
next
later.
time.